What is the difference between PT and OT for pelvic health? PT and OT are both rehabilitation professions that are aimed at improving your quality of life. We both have undergraduate and graduate degrees. There's a similar foundational anatomy coursework needed for both of our programs. And additionally, to work in the pelvic health area, you actually have to take continuing education courses. So we both have that advanced coursework knowledge as well. Here at Unconstipated Kids, we'll also have very similar toileting goals because we're working on toileting, and that will be to keep your child's underwear clean and dry and get all of their poop and pee into the toilet. The differences that you'll find is where our strengths are. So OT's strengths are sensory processing, reflex integration, social emotional regulation, coordination, and PT's really strong areas are strength, endurance, mobility, big movements, things like that. So when you're deciding which route to go, do we do OT, do we do PT? I think that both PT and OT are both going to give you a very general, holistic overview, so there's really no wrong decision when picking one or the other. Additionally, at Unconstipated Kids, we have the flexibility if you get in with OT and we do some sensory processing and reflex integration. If we decide that, we've been working on these skills, we need a little bit of extra support, I really think there's some strength in underlying endurance, postural control, challenges that are impacting continued improvement, then maybe we switch over to Dr. Caitlin's caseload. If Dr. Caitlin is seeing a kiddo and you guys are addressing strength and endurance and you find that, hey, we've been working on this strength and endurance, these activities, it's been going really well, I think there might be some underlying sensory processing challenges or social emotional regulation or reflex integration that might be worth taking a look at, then we can transfer services over to OT. So there's a lot of flexibility within there as well. Dr. Caitlin and I both also have access to each other, so we can problem solve together. We're a team, we collaborate. So there's definitely lots of back and forth between us. If I have a question, I can go to her. If she has a question, she can come to me, and we can kind of problem solve with each other as well. With Unconstipated Kids being a holistic cash-based provider, we have a lot more flexibility in looking at your whole child. We're not restricted by insurance reimbursement. So you'll also see a lot of similarities in the way that PT and OT evaluate and treat. We're both holistic providers looking at, yes, your child's toileting skills, but also their posture, their strength, their coordination, their breathing patterns, their airway, their sensory processing skills, any retained reflexes that might be still hanging around in the body. Both OT and PT can screen, look for, address those areas. All of that to say that you might see a lot of overlap in the way that we eval and treat. What we're looking at comes from a different lens. We both play to our different strengths in that area, but we are both holistic providers and we have the same goals for families and kiddos.